But we would joke, we made VentureBirds so that we could make friends and that do what we do and we can progress in our own skill level and everything like that. And now we are creating this platform so everybody can make friends. And we're all over Colorado, not just in Summit County. So it's been really incredible to see. And most days are the best day. Whereas before it was like, we'll see if this works.
I mean, that blows my mind that thousands of women and femme folks have come and joined us in the backcountry or on their mountain bikes.
All right. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pattern Innovation Podcast. It's been a while, and I couldn't be more excited to be back. So as always, my name is Colton Barry, founder of Pattern Innovation and host of the Pattern Innovation Podcast. And today I'm pumped to be here with sisters Kelley and Leanne Wren, the dynamic duo behind VentureBirds, a women-led adventure company based right here in the Colorado Rocky Mountains. And so really what began as a passion project has evolved into a community-driven movement. VentureBirds provides mountain biking clinics, backcountry skiing and splitboarding courses, avalanche safety training, and mentorship, all in spaces created specifically for women identifying and non-binary adventurers. So their mission is simple yet powerful: to make the outdoors more accessible, build confidence and self-reliance through outdoor education, and foster a supportive community where their members can grow, ride, and lead together. And so I'm really excited to be here with Kelley and Leanne. I really appreciate their time and very thrilled to be talking about VentureBirds. And so, with that, Kelley and Leanne, I'd love to get you introduced to the Pattern Innovation audience. Can you tell me a little bit about yourselves and VentureBirds?
Yeah, Colton, you just totally crushed it. I don't even know if we need to talk about VentureBirds. That was beautiful.
We'll have to save that for next time somebody asks us. We're like, yeah, our mission statement was written for us.
Thank you for that.
No
Yeah, I'm Leanne, she, they, and I'm one of the owners of VentureBirds with my little sister, Kelley.
And I'm Kelley Wren, she, her, and I'm the founder and co-owner of VentureBirds. And we are residing here in Breckenridge, Colorado, which is what I call the heart of the Rocky Mountains, but some people might debate me on that. But it's definitely our home and where VentureBirds has really thrived and grown and found its own community here as well.
Awesome. Was there anything that I missed in that initial introduction that you guys want to talk a little bit more about before we dive in regarding VentureBirds?
I think that you totally crushed it. I think the only thing you mentioned, our mentorship program, and then also our scholarship program that we actually just announced our scholarship recipients for this winter that we're really excited to have out in the field with us this year. But our scholarship is one of our biggest things that we promote, and so we do a ton of fundraising and events to get more women and femme folks into the outdoors and into leadership roles.
We find one of the biggest barriers to the outdoors isn't just access, but it's definitely financial. So if we have the means to get more folks out there with us, then we are going to find a way. Even tomorrow, well, by the time they listen to this, it'll be a little bit past, but we host a film festival, which every single dollar that we raise at this film festival goes straight to our scholarship fund. So if people buy a ticket, you're helping more femme folks not just get into the outdoors, but get into those leadership roles so we can see more folks out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, kind of a bummer that everybody listening now has to wait an entire year, but hopefully they'll be around in
Another
Colorado
one.
and around mountain towns for the long haul, so they'll have plenty of opportunity.
Every time we host it, it's all new films, so definitely don't miss out.
Awesome. I'd love to get just like an origin story behind VentureBirds and how you guys initially came up with the idea, how it started, how it's progressed, and then where you're at today and an idea of where you're going.
Yes, I got this. So, VNTRbirds, it has changed dramatically from what it started as, which is really great. It followed the progress of what was needed at the time. And I'm definitely really proud that we were able to follow this like metamorphosis with this company, where in 2011 I was traveling around New Zealand and I was a journalism major, and I just wanted to interview all of these women in the outdoors and just show that it's not just this one female token skier in these films. There are so many women out here. And so I was posting all these different videos and doing these interviews. And as the outdoor industry followed suit and was showing more women and giving more like all female ski films and all of these different things and giving them more opportunities, I was like, it's not enough to just show the folks who are already in the outdoor industry. We need to provide a platform to get more women and femme folks in the outdoors. And at the time, I was coaching mountain biking and doing mountain biking skills clinics, and Leanne was working for another backcountry outfitter doing guiding and backcountry avalanche instruction. And when COVID happened and everything got shut down and we had a lot of time to think and plan, I was like, Leanne, we are doing the same thing but different. Why don't we just do this together? And she said yes, which has been the best. If she said no, I don't know where this would have gone next. But yeah, she said yes. She was like, we just need to change the name from what it originally was. I don't even want to tell you. It was called Thumbs Up Birds because you're always having a good time outside. So we would like throw, it was a good thumbs up. She's like, as long as we change the name, I am in. And it has been a dream come true since then. And yeah, we just keep picking up different courses, clinics, workshops, events as we continue to grow, but it has been a super fun ride.
Yeah, I also just want to add that Kelley's highlighting a lot of really good things here. It's been a bumpy ride. It has its ups and its downs. And originally we kind of laughed sometimes that in the very beginning we would have these like free meetups and that sort of thing. We would show up and there'd be like maybe one or two other people, and nowadays we have to like cap our meetups at 30 or 40 people. So it's been a long road, and in the beginning it was definitely hard, but it's been really nice to have like a co-owner with me and my sister to kind of like continue to motivate us to continue on. And now we're feeling really good at like where we're at.
Yeah, that's awesome. How many members do you currently have?
I would
It's
say
not like a membership thing. It's
per season, we probably see over 500 clients. So that does include like our courses or educational courses that you would pay to come out for, but we always do free workshops so that people have better access to education. And we do group meetups so that you can build your own community. So are you new to the backcountry, new to mountain biking, whatever it is, we do these pedal parties or full moon tours, anything like that, so that you can meet new friends. So throughout both seasons, we see over 500 clients. And it keeps building, keeps growing. Like when we first started, we just joked because we would see kind of a smaller amount, or we'd see the same people over and over again, which is still so great to all those folks. Like, thank you for still coming back and still going for a bike ride when it was just us three. But we would joke, we made VNTRbirds so that we could make friends and that do what we do, and we can progress in our own skill level and everything like that. And now we are creating this platform so everybody can make friends, and we're all over Colorado, not just in Summit County. So it's been really incredible to see, and most days are the best day. Whereas before it was like, we'll see if this works.
I mean, that blows my mind that thousands of women and femme folks have come and joined us in the backcountry or on their mountain bikes. That just blows my mind there.
Yeah, no, that's definitely amazing. I'm curious, like, as you guys started kind of like in COVID and then have progressed, what was like the main like catalyst behind like when you started getting traction? Was there like a specific method that you employed, or was it just like that continual, like somebody tells their friend and then they tell two more of their friends and you just gradually kind of build up the numbers? Or was there like something in particular that you guys decided to
I
focus
would
on?
say there was kind of both. right? Like at first we were very pushy with our friends. We would text them, be like, please come to this event. It's free, or we'll let it be free for you. Just please come, tell all of your friends to come. You know, we want to make this work. We want to make it happen. We had our own full-time jobs at that time too. So we were doing VNTRbirds very part-time. And then one winter, Leanne was like, you know what would be really cool? Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah,
You know what's
absolutely.
really fucking cool, I'm sure is what she said. She was like, if we created this backcountry festival for people to come out and make it all women, all femme. And at the time, I don't know if you've all heard of Bluebird Backcountry. It was an incredible idea. They're no longer around, but it was an all backcountry ski resort. So they had ski patrol, they had avalanche mitigation, but they didn't have any chairlifts or anything. It was all touring. And we had this backcountry festival there. And from then on, I think that was something that really set us on top and set us apart and got our name out to more folks than just our immediate community that we already knew in Summit County. That really set us apart.
Yeah, another, I think, big moment for us is maybe some folks out there heard of Vita Mountain Bike Series. They were an awesome group that were teaching just women and femme specific mountain biking courses and clinics. And basically, those folks at the time, they reached out to us and they were like, we love what you all are doing. I think that you can really do great things. You know, they were just over it. They had been doing it for 7 years or so. And when they approached us with that and we purchased Vita Mountain Bike Series and merged the two companies, that's another one that really kind of sent us to the stratosphere when it comes to the mountain biking side. So definitely the Femme Backcountry Festival on the winter side, and then Vita Mountain Bike Series in the summer. And it's just been awesome having like all the folks who came from Vita Mountain Bike Series teaching courses with us, spreading the word. It just kind of like spread us even further throughout the state of Colorado and beyond, because at first it was more of a Summit County type of thing, and then as soon as Vita happened, it was all over Colorado.
That's awesome. Yeah, really cool. Well, maybe we'll have to reconnect then in the summer to do like a summer version of this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but no, I think that's a good transition point then to venture out the backcountry festival that you mentioned. So this is the 5th year you guys are doing it?
It sure is. It was going to be the 6th year. It's just 1 year in March, Leanne decided to get married, and we figured that her wedding was actually going to, take over a little bit more time than we had to also put on for Venture Out. So we did take a 1-season break, but we are back with our 5th annual year. It's down in Salida, Colorado, which is really incredible because Salida as a town it's one of my favorite places to go and visit in Colorado. It's like the cutest town. They have incredible trails. It is usually more summer-like feel in town, but then when you get up on Monarch Pass, it's hammering snow. So it's exactly what you want, where you're not worried about like road conditions. It's nice and warm when you get into town. You're looking at the river. It's so beautiful. But when you're ready to go shred the mountain, the snow is there and waiting for you, which is really incredible.
That's how it was last year for sure. No guarantees,
True.
What's going to happen this year. But yeah, last year we got so lucky, and it was like you'd go down into town and people would be like riding mountain bikes, and then up on the pass, it was just a powder day. So
it was so fun. And this festival it brings together so many different folks, like from different backgrounds all over. Not even just Colorado. People come and travel for it now, which is really incredible because then you just make so many friends and you can travel to see them and ride their mountains and learn new trails and learn new locations. And we have workshops and tech talks and crafts and guided tours or unguided tours, like whatever you want, you can find at this backcountry festival. And it's super unique because it is one of a kind. They are like the only all-femme backcountry festival. And we make it so that you are out there and you're just having the best time. Like, yes, you are being educated and it is serious, but you go touring because you want to have fun, you want to have a good downhill run, and you want to yap on the skin track with all of your friends. And we just create this opportunity to have, 50 to 75 new friends to yap with and discover all these new zones. And we have a relay race, we have scavenger hunts, we set it up so it's just kind of like, Girl Scout camp, but out on the skin track. It's so fun.
Yeah, do you guys have an event or like one specific thing in particular you're looking forward to the most that you want to promote?
At Venture Out specifically? Yeah. My favorite thing to watch, which everyone who comes to Venture Out should participate in this because it's amazing. We do a relay race on the last day. And so everyone gets into groups of like 5 or so. And the one that I absolutely love is we have everyone go through like one at a time in their 5-person groups and like transition from tour mode to
skier ride mode.
Skier ride mode, and then back. So it's basically like a flip cup situation.
Nice.
And it is so funny because we make everyone like rip off skins, and they have to at least like put the skins in their jacket, that sort of thing. So like sometimes people are like ripping off skins and they just have like this crumble of a skin and they put it in their jacket, but then they still have to like put them back on the way back. So they're like pulling their skin.
Sometimes it's stuck in their hair and you're just like, it's just the funniest thing. Everybody's having a great time, and it's high. It's like low risk but high anxiety, but it's the best, and it's so fun to watch. And honestly, Leanne and I both have megaphones, so we're like shouting at you at the same time. It's a really fun time for everybody involved.
Yeah, and I think like another thing that I really, really look forward to is just the time on the skin track is super special. We kind of create these spaces where you can either, if you're coming with a group of friends, awesome, like get out there, tour with your friends, maybe invite some new ones out there with you and everything after you do like a clinic or workshop at the event. But then we also have our guided offerings too. So that's where you can meet some new people and ride with them for the rest of the weekend. That sort of thing's really awesome to get folks out on the skin track and just hear everyone kind of talking about where they're from, what their background is, all that sort of stuff.
And we build things to like really meet the folks where they are. So one of our most popular tours for folks to sign up for is called the Turtle Tour. So if you want to be nice and mellow and take your time getting up the skin track before you have your ride down, we have this Turtle Tour. We have more of like tree skiing tours. We kind of try to set it up so there's something for everyone. So whether you came by yourself, we have this like solo shredder affinity tour. Like you came by yourself, let's meet everybody else who came by themselves. Hopefully you meet your next best friend and then go out with that.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, a lot of great events. Man, yeah, that like touring to downhill back to touring setup, I can definitely relate to that. I hadn't like ever really done backcountry skiing, and I'm like from Denver and grew up skiing at Steamboat like every weekend. But I feel like it really exploded during COVID, and then I like just started getting into it. And yeah, those skins are super sticky and they stick to everything. I can't imagine just having them like in your hair and on your jacket. And who knows? I mean, they just made it an Olympic sport too, right? I think they made ski mountaineering an official Olympic sport this winter, and
is that a hot take?
A couple weeks ago.
Listen, heard
You guys
it
are
here
training the
first.
next generation of Olympians, I think, too.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
All right, yeah. So we've talked a little bit about the film festival, kind of the evolution of VNTRbirds as an organization, going from 0 to over 1,000 clients just in 5 years. For somebody listening right now who is feeling inspired to get involved with VNTRbirds, either as a client, maybe as a mentor, avalanche education educator, how can they get involved? What opportunities are around for them to participate in the VNTRbirds community?
No, me?
Yeah.
You want me to answer?
Yeah.
Of course, like if you are thinking about dipping your toes in the backcountry, you've never been out before, come on out with VNTRbirds. We love beginners. We love never evers. We know it's really tough to be a beginner, especially as you become an adult. We're here to meet you where you are. All of our educators are, I mean, they're the most incredible people, but they have also been a beginner before. They're here to help you. They know exactly where you are. So, there's no judgment. Come in as you are. You can come by yourself, come with a group of friends, however you feel, but know that you're going to get really great education, and they're going to really encourage you to keep that journey going. So we have that Backcountry Basics course. We have our ARI certified courses. So level 1, level 2 rescues. If it's been a while since you've taken a certification and you need a quick re-up on all of that information, especially because this information changes every year as they get better studies and better research going on. So we do an avalanche refresher as well, which is a single day course. So definitely come out for those things. Like we said, we do have scholarships. So if you ever need additional financial aid, please reach out to us. Our bigger scholarships did just close for the winter season, but as long as we have the funds in our scholarship account, we are happy to help and try to meet you where you're at. So if you're like, if I had $100 off of this course, I would be able to make it happen. At least reach out to us. We would work with you. We're happy to work with you as long as we have the funds to do so. So partial scholarships are definitely a way to get out with us as well. If you are like, I'm so nervous about getting into the backcountry, I'm not sure if I actually want to step out into the field yet, we still have a lot of opportunities for you as well. We have all these free workshops. Go onto our website, check out these community events, because we will do a tech talk about transceivers, why you need it, how they work, why you shouldn't put it on your dog, different things like that. We will have Backcountry 101, how do you check the forecast, why that's important, how to pick a good backcountry partner that meets your goals and your needs and your risk assessment, right? Just because you're best friends with this person, if you have different risk tolerance, you might not be the best backcountry partner for each other. So how do you have that communication? How do you have those conversations to find these people? Definitely check it out. We have something for everyone. Our mentorships are huge. We always say that VNTRbirds, we're not a one and done course or clinic. Like a lot of times you'll take an ARI course for that weekend and then you'll never talk to your instructor or people you met there ever again, where we really want to support you through your entire backcountry journey or through your mountain biking journey and have you come back again and again and meet these great friends. A lot of our educators are some of our mentors personally or have been our mentees, and we want to keep those connections. Like when it comes to the backcountry, I think connection is the biggest thing. Like you're back there because you're trying to get out in nature, you're trying to be a little bit less crowded, maybe it's for your mental health, and you just want to find these good connections and make sure it's somebody that can be strong for you and strong for yourself, and you can be strong for them as well.
Cool. I also want to add that for any folks out there, women or femme folks, if you're looking to get into the professional side of like the avalanche industry or the snow industry, whether you're looking to get into forecasting or teaching ARI courses or becoming an AMGA guide or that sort of thing, you can reach out to us and you could shadow one of our courses. And we're pretty proud that it's limited space over how many people we can have shadow, but it's not like we're asking anything of these people. Like we're allowing them to come shadow with us, check out the courses, see how we do things. And then most of the time they end up that they want to like continue either teaching with us or volunteering with us and that sort of thing. But if folks are looking for opportunity to shadow and kind of learn the ins and outs of like what we're doing, what we're teaching, you can definitely reach out to us and we can talk about what that looks like for the professionals out there.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. So a couple quick questions. The first one, so you guys are sisters and business partners. Are you guys matching also on like the risk tolerance and ski side of things?
I would say we are both very talented snowboarders. We are both splitboarders, so we can ride most terrain. So when it comes to that, we're pretty close matching. When it comes to risk assessment and goals and things like that, I'm definitely lower risk. I think really something that I personally need to work on is like my mapping and getting more confident in my own route planning. which is something that Leanne really excels at. She's great at mapping. She knows exactly where she is. If she's been somewhere once, she will remember it forever. She can always get back. Yeah, where I will always remember your name, where we met, and what your birthday is, but that's not really helpful on the skim track. I think personally, I need to work on some things for my own touring to get to that next level, to feel a little bit more confident out there.
Yeah. I think that risk tolerance for people, the longer you're out in the backcountry, your risk tolerance changes. And I think early on, I maybe took more risks than I do now. But yeah, that's just kind of like where I'm at right now in my life, is I'm kind of taking a step back a little bit more and making more conservative decisions. I also just recently bought a snowmobile, so I've got like a whole different like thing going on with that.
Yeah,
That's a
for
whole
sure.
other beast of like getting deeper into the backcountry and that sort of things. That's super fun. But yeah, the longer you're in this, you go from maybe taking really high risks to maybe something happens and you're like, ooh, I need to like take a step back and that sort of thing. So right now I'd say I'm making more conservative decisions these days.
And I would have to say my end goal is to just have the best ride down. A lot of people, they're like, I'm out for the exercise or the conversation. And I'm like, I'm out for the turns most of the time. Like,
I'm
I
with you.
want to turn left, I want to turn right, I want to shred some pow. So a lot of times I make those decisions, even if it's like, okay, this is a simpler run, or the tour is way shorter, but I can get like 4 laps in 2 hours, and here we go, like let's do that.
I
We
like to
are
scare
good partners.
myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I like to look down at something and be like, "Oh my God, this is steep." Like I like to scare myself a little bit, but I don't ever. Yeah, I mean, I'm in it for the turns too.
Yeah.
There's uphill people and there's downhill people, and we're both downhill people.
Yeah. And I would say we are
Yes.
great backcountry partners together. We know how to have that conversation. We know that we can speak up to each other. We both have our backcountry voice, and we can have a discussion on if we feel good, if we feel bad, if we feel hyped. And we are really great backcountry partners with that for sure.
Absolutely. And I mean, even though you have things that you want to work on, it seems like the skill sets that you have are very complementary when you do choose to go with each other. And I mean, we mentioned risk a lot. I feel like this is a growing thing in Colorado where you go out and you have no idea what you're doing. And that's like a different type of risk. And I do want to advise that's why you can go to an organization like VNTRbirds to get that proper education, to learn what risk really means in a safe way and not in a I don't know what you're doing, like I don't know what I'm doing type of way.
Yeah, and you don't know until something might seem common sense to somebody in the industry, but somebody stepping in, it's like they don't know until they know, until you mention something. And it's not only how to make more educated decisions, but it's also like this is how you take care of your skin so they don't get sticky. This is how you should pack your bag. This is like it's a lot of tips and tricks as well, so you can have a smoother tour, and which makes it more fun as well, being confident on your gear.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One of the reasons that I personally got into outdoor education is because when I was first getting into splitboarding, I knew that there were such things as avalanches. Without having a lot of education under my belt at the time when I was first starting, I didn't really understand what that exactly meant. And then later in that season, there was a couple of friends who passed away in an avalanche that I knew. That's when I all of a sudden was like, I I, I feel like I'm a very like educated person in the snowboarding world, but I didn't know that this was like this serious, that like this could happen. And so that's kind of when I decided to take the path that I wanted to teach more people that this is something that can happen in the mountains, but you can make decisions in the backcountry and decide like, do you want to be in avalanche terrain? Do you want to avoid avalanche terrain altogether? Which days is it appropriate to be in avalanche terrain? And finding, like Kelley was saying earlier, finding the right people to be able to go out and have those sometimes hard conversations with when it comes to like taking those risks. So I love that you brought that up because yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason why I started doing this, is because I didn't know what I didn't know, and then it happened, and I wanted to make sure that more people understood what could potentially happen out there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we've talked a lot about what opportunities VentureBirds has. Yeah, there you go. Has. Leanne, you mentioned getting a snowmobile, and that obviously opens up an entirely new, window for
World.
education, backcountry experiences. Like, yeah, an entirely different world. Is like that an avenue that you guys are thinking about expanding into? Tell me a little bit about like what the future has in store for VentureBirds.
I don't know. I'm not going to say no to anything because, it's a possibility. But for me right now, that's like snowmobiling in the backcountry and using it as a tool to get out further for tours and dropping into new zones and that sort of thing. I'm keeping that as like my fun. That's my fun thing. So I don't know if VentureBirds is necessarily going to be teaching like snowmobiling and stuff. But we have in the past partnered with some folks like up on Rabbit Ears Pass, where they have done teaching folks like how to get onto a snowmobile for the first time, some safety basics, that sort of thing. And then we taught the part of like, here's how your transceiver works and that sort of thing. So we're always down to collaborate with like other groups and that sort of thing. Because the avalanche education is a very important part for that too. But yeah, I don't know if we'll be teaching any snowmobiling courses, but I love that it's becoming like a bigger thing in the industry. For so long it was like only skiing and snowboard, like skiers and snowboarders would take these courses, and now the folks who are getting on those machines are starting to understand like they can get into some situations also, probably easier sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's really awesome to see that there is like a big movement with that. And, folks can reach out to us too and see, where can I go to take a course that is snowmobile specific? Like I have a bunch of friends who teach those courses. So people can reach out to us about that too.
We're always willing to share everything that we know. Just reach out to us.
When it comes to the future, kind of like what we've been thinking about, I think the natural kind of evolution is people, like Kelley said earlier, people sometimes are taking their first steps into the backcountry with us, like with our backcountry basics courses. And then they're doing their airy avalanche education, going through their level 1, level 2, maybe they're getting into teaching, that sort of thing. But I think another thing is some travel. Like, what do
Yeah.
you, I mean, people are going to like Japan these days and wanting to get in the backcountry, Canada, that sort of thing. So I think that I foresee potentially a little bit of like some travel opportunities where we can get out with folks in new zones, maybe have a day where we talk about like what the snowpack looks like and everything, and then just have a fun week of like guided skiing and riding. That is something that we're starting to dabble with on the mountain biking side. We have a Moab retreat coming up in April. And so I think on the winter side, that would be like kind of a next step, something we're really excited to potentially start hosting in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really exciting. Do you guys have any like interest forms or things out there where people can provide input?
You
I'm
can
like,
always
right?
email us.
Yeah. Come out to a course, come out to one of our events, and this company is Leanne and I. Like, we are the only like employees, year-round employees here. So if you hit us up on Instagram, on email, if you're at one of our courses, we are the ones you're talking to. So anyway, if you have any ideas, sometimes some of our biggest events or ideas have come from outside sources and brainstorming and just matching what our community needs. Like, what does our community need now? We need a little less of this and a little more of this. Okay, we're going to follow that and roll with it, which is really great. We're pretty like versatile and flexible when it comes to those things. We want to keep it fresh and new while still being welcoming to those beginners as well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you kind of alluded to it there. You guys seem to always be looking for like different partnership brands for those like companies that are interested, or for people like me who would be an ally of VentureBirds. Like, what are things that we can do to like stay involved in that community, help wherever needed? Kind of what are you guys looking for from your allies?
I think something that is like really simple and free for people is, just sharing that we exist. If you see something that's like cool on our Instagram that we're hosting this film festival or that we've got Venture Out going on, just like sharing that and hopefully getting outside of just like, algorithms and whatever. Like we get stuck in a bubble sometimes. And so just kind of like bursting that bubble a little bit and sharing that is a really good way to support without necessarily having to like, sign up for a course. Other ways to support is, obviously it takes money to do these things. We only just went full time a couple years ago, and so you got to pay us. It takes a lot of money to do our permitting, our insurance, like all of that sort of thing. So we're always looking for potential financial sponsors. Kelley mentioned earlier too that we do our fundraising for our scholarship funds. So if you want to make sure that that money goes to like a specific purpose, whether it be our BIPOC scholarship, we have a breast cancer survivor scholarship, all sorts of different options like that. Like you can support that way financially. And then kind of like for any of potential like brand sponsors out there, we have these legendary goodie bags. So when you come out to a VNTRbirds course, we always have these awesome goodie bags that, it's not a bunch of crap that you're not going to use. It's like really purposeful, awesome stuff that people get really excited to open their goodie bag and use it like that day. Like, we've got sunscreens, we've got ski straps, all sorts of awesome stuff. So yeah, and then
I would say, and we give back really well to all those brands out there that want to hang out with VNTRbirds. We like to connect with people and with brands who have products and things that we believe in, that have a mission that we believe in, and that also believe in us. It's a two-way street. So if you want to support VNTRbirds, we would definitely love to have that conversation. Another way is, obviously, we are women-specific, femme-specific, folks who are comfortable in a femme-centered space. But we also do private courses, private coaching as well. So if you did want to have co-ed coaching or instruction, we have those opportunities. So you can definitely come out. They are just always women-led, which I think is a big support as well. Seeing these women in these leadership roles, no matter where you're coming from, and supporting all of your femme friends that are on this journey.
Buy them a gift card.
Buy them a gift card. Send them out to VNTRbirds. We're here to help them find that backcountry voice and help them through this whole journey, and give them that space to ask questions that they might think are stupid, but really they're not. They're not stupid. Ask the question. If you don't, somebody else is probably waiting for you too. So that's a really great way to come out, because every single one of our educators, we always say all of our instructors, all of our educators, they are the pride and the product of VNTRbirds. They are really what makes this whole machine continue to run. And they are what keeps us inspired year after year. And a lot of our educators are like our personal mentors, or they have been our mentees that decided to continue with VNTRbirds, which is really inspiring to just see their growth and to see that they might have been nervous for their first ever course with us, and now they're instructing it. And they know how to meet every single one of our clients where they are, and they have the biggest personalities, and they know how to make backcountry education fun, right? It is a serious thing. You're earning a certification. You feel nervous. It's 3 days. You get homework. It's a big deal, but they know how to make it fun, because that is why we're out there. And I think that's like one of our biggest things, like support our educators, support your community of femme folks being in the outdoors, and really help people identify as outdoor athletes. They don't have to be the best of the best. If they are exploring outside, you are an outdoor athlete. Come and enjoy that identity and enjoy it with VNTRbirds.
That's awesome. Here are around just kind of like reflecting on your experience building VNTRbirds into what it is today, and kind of like the future vision of the organization. Looking back, what has been your proudest moment of VNTRbirds so far?
This is funny because I feel like I already know Kelley's. So she's got a winter one. I'm going to do a summer one. So we host this awesome all women femme enduro race called the Rip Roaring Mini Enduro. And this past summer, we had over 100 people come out to the race, which was insane and so awesome. And we got everyone together for a group photo, and just after we took the group photo, I like turned around and I just kind of like air hugged everyone. And someone had taken a picture of me like air hugging everyone, and I didn't know it like at the time. Like, we're running an event, we're like running around like our heads are getting cut off, and there's stuff going on that people don't recognize when they're in the event. We're kind of stressed. And but when I saw that photo of me like air hugging all of these racers, I was like, that's probably one of like the proudest moments that I've ever had, because it's like that event is such a challenge. Like, we're not bike race directors, and we pulled it off, and it's an awesome event, and people come back year after year, and it's become bigger and bigger every season. I think that's like one of my proudest moments, is hugging the Rip Roaring Mini Enduro crew this past summer.
Awesome. Kelley, what about you?
I feel like I have so many. I've been with VNTRbirds for so long that it's like every season there's something new. Oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. Pull it together. It's really incredible to see people who have seen you from the beginning that like tell you how, or like hear their stories, how they were like, I did your first ever like pedal party mountain biking, and now, I am doing my ARI level 2 with you all, and they've just been with you this whole time. Or they watch you grow and they tell you how proud they are of you, it means a lot, because we do work really, really hard. And, sometimes you're like, why am I doing this? I am so stressed out and I'm late on everything. And Leanne sent me 50 emails today that I should have gotten all this done 2 weeks ago, and I still have this big list. So it's really great to hear from outside folks how they have watched us grow and how proud they are of us. And I would say, like, biggest one, we just mentioned how like our parents came into town to see this film festival with us because we're going to be on the big screen, and like just seeing them, they're the ones that taught us how to ski. They're the ones that encouraged us to be in the outdoors as much as possible. So having them come out and really continue that support in everything that we do, that we are backcountry guides almost because of them. So I think that's pretty incredible.
Your proudest moment hasn't even happened yet.
I know.
You're just the anticipation. It's so good. That's the cutest thing I've ever heard you say.
It's really incredible. And every year something new happens that I'm just like, man, that was such a good idea. That really worked. We should do that again. But I think last year is this what you thought I was going to say?
I think so.
Last year during Venture Out, so this, it's huge. We just finished this relay race at the end of the whole festival. We were like, okay, who wants to go on like the last lap with us before we close the festival? And every single person who came to Venture Out went on this last lap with us, and they made us give a toast at the top of the skin track, which was so funny. We were very unprepared, and we all ride down together. It was so good. And at the bottom, kind of as a joke, not really as a joke, but kind of as a joke, we were like, okay, the festival is over, everybody, drive safe, get all the phone numbers that you need to get so you can stay connected. And we're like, and if anybody wants a hug goodbye, Leanne and I are here. And every single one of those people came up and gave both Leanne and I a hug before they left. And I was like,
Awesome.
They like us.
Yeah.
I think we had a good time. And that was really powerful, because we were still in the mountains outside. Every single one of us got a hug, and it was just like laughter and smiles and true connection. You weren't just like at this party where you talked to somebody and then you moved on. It was true connection, and that was pretty incredible, pretty powerful.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you guys both had hugs as part of your favorite story, but I think the other thing that really stands out to me is it's like the community that you guys have been able to build by taking that risk 5 years ago, and really like have put in all the hours, but really getting to see all of your hard work paid off directly from the people that you're trying to help. And that's just something that is very inspiring, very awesome to hear about, and now we'll have to keep the momentum going.
That's the goal.
Yeah, one kind of final question I have here is, as you guys are continuing to build your client base, your community at VNTRbirds, how are you guys going to try to keep together that like closeness, that like tight-knit community when we're trying to get into different states, different venues, larger groups of people? Like I know you've mentioned kind of throughout this just how like many different events that you have, and it's not like a one-size-fits-all thing. You have different things for everybody. But as you grow, obviously it gets a little bit tougher in that regard. What's kind of your plan to deal with that growth and to keep that community together at VNTRbirds?
I think that, so when it comes to like our winter programs, we do have it has to be small groups, right? Like we're not going to be traveling into the backcountry with like ginormous groups of people. So we have a 6-to-1 ratio when it comes to clients and guides. So you'll always be getting like a really intimate product when you're going out for like any of our backcountry courses. When it comes to some of our bigger events like the Femme Backcountry Festival and the Rip Roaring Mini Enduro, I think there it's just like our mission from the very beginning when Kelley was just hosting like meetups and they were all for free, like it's always been community. So that's always at the forefront. So we will always have that as like what we want to kind of promote when we're having our events. So I think that no matter what, like you're hearing from us now and then you'll hear from us in 5 years, I hope that we're still saying the same thing, that like it's community first, because it has been this entire time, and having those like kind of really intimate experiences. And you know, maybe you'll come out to a bigger event and you're not going to meet every single person there, but you'll come to find like if you see someone with a VNTRbirds sticker on their, you know, on their bike rack, back of their car or whatever, like you have an instant connection with them, and you'll start talking about, you know, what was it that you all went out and did with us or whatever. And I'm super stoked that like when I hear from people, like you were just saying, that you met someone who's a part of VNTRbirds in Keystone or whatever. Like I love that even not being at the same event, people feel a connection when they talk about VNTRbirds or they were a part of something that we've done. So I hope that continues on.
And I would have to say, like, when we say that we have community in the forefront, it's not always just our immediate. If we're going into a new area, a new location, a new state, a new country, wherever we're going, we are going to be using more local educators, and we are going to be partnering with local shops to, like, you know, if they wanted to help us rent backcountry equipment, we are reaching out to that specific community as well as bringing ours in. So we always want to give back to the places that we are hosting at. We always want to be a positive impact wherever we're going. We don't want anybody to ever be like, oh, this backcountry crew came in and they're not even from here or anything. We want to make sure that we are accepting like different communities with us, and we're uplifting people around us, not just trying to uplift ourselves. We are building this platform so everybody can grow with us in the outdoors.
Amazing.
She's so good at this.
That was great.
These answers.
Well, yeah, thank you guys both so much for your time. I think that was kind of all the questions that I had. Do you have any final things that you want to say about VNTRbirds? I'll definitely make sure to post the link to your website, Instagram, things like that, how people can contact you. You mentioned email, I think directly off of your guys' website. Do you have a physical location in Breckenridge too?
We don't have a physical location. Email is our love language. We mentioned it so many times during this. So you can hit us up at venturebirds@gmail.com, or you can get onto the VNTRbirds website and you can sign up for our email blasts. We promise that they're not crazy annoying. It's more like every 2 weeks we just let you know kind of what we've got going on and the news stories and everything that we've got on the website. Definitely follow us on Instagram. We do have YouTube. We're trying to be better at it, but we have some videos that are starting to come out more often, so you can follow us on YouTube. I promise it's going to get better. And then what else?
We are so fun. Everything we do is really fun. Come out and hang out with us, please. We want to be your friend. I hope that isn't too needy, but we do. We want to be your friend, so come outside with us. We just want to play.
Well, that wraps up a fantastic conversation with Kelley and Leanne Wren, co-founders of VNTRbirds. If you're interested in learning more about VNTRbirds, Kelley and Leanne are more than happy to answer and communicate with you via email. You can also find a lot more information about VNTRbirds and the events that you can attend on their website. They also have an Instagram and a YouTube. All of those things have been linked in the background of the video for those watching on YouTube, or in the links in the description on Spotify. So be sure to click into any of those to learn more about their company and where they're heading next. And as always, thank you guys very much for watching the Powder Innovation Podcast and supporting what I am doing. I'm very grateful for my entire audience. And I can't wait for you guys to see what's coming next. Thanks.